More than half a century after the last African colony gained independence, why does it still feel like the continent is playing catch-up in a global economy? From gold and oil to cocoa and coffee, Africa supplies the world, yet remains one of its poorest continents. Is this just bad governance, or is there a deeper story? Today, we uncover the economic chains of colonialism that never truly broke. Stay with us. In 1884, European powers met in Berlin, not to help Africa, but to divide it for profit. Borders were drawn without regard for tribes, cultures, or languages. From the very beginning, African colonies were designed as extraction machines. Railways ran from mines and plantations to the coast, not to connect people, but to export resources. Cash crops like cotton and cocoa replaced food crops, creating dependency. Education was limited, often just enough to train clerks and servants, not future leaders. The colonial economy wasn't built to serve Africans. It was built to serve Europe. And when the colonizers left, the structure remained. When African nations gained independence, many inherited weak, export-based economies. Governments were new, but the systems remained colonial, still focused on raw materials, still dependent on Western markets. To develop quickly, many nations borrowed from international institutions, the World Bank, the IMF, and became trapped in cycles of debt. Structural adjustment programs forced countries to privatize key services, slash public spending, and open markets, often too soon, and without protection. Foreign corporations took over national industries. Profits left the continent. Colonialism had changed its clothes, but its hand was still on the African economy. Africa exports what it doesn't consume, and consumes what it doesn't produce. Rich soil grows cocoa, but Africa doesn't control the chocolate industry. Minerals like cobalt power smartphones, but profits go to foreign companies. Trade rules are often unfair. Western subsidies make African products less competitive. Aid comes with strings attached. And even today, multinational corporations avoid taxes through loopholes and offshore accounts. It's a global system, but it's not a fair one. The players may have changed. The imbalance hasn't. Colonialism disrupted more than economies, it shaped education, infrastructure, and governance. Many schools still follow colonial curricula. Innovation, entrepreneurship, and local languages are undervalued. Roads and railways still point toward ports. Rural areas remain cut off. New loans fund shiny infrastructure, but repayment risks repeating the debt trap. The past keeps echoing in classrooms, boardrooms, and budgets. Africa's challenge isn't just development. It's transformation. Across the continent, a new generation is rising, refusing to be trapped by history. Tech startups, fashion labels, green energy, and digital banks are being built by Africans for Africans. Intra-African trade is growing. The African Continental Free Trade Area is the biggest free trade zone in the world by population. Young people are rejecting dependence, choosing innovation, unity, and bold solutions. The colonial blueprint may have drawn the first lines. But Africa is picking up the pen. Colonialism officially ended decades ago, but its economic fingerprint is still fresh on the pages of African history. The unequal trade, the inherited debt, the weak institutions, the dependency, they weren't accidents. They were systems. But systems can change. Africa is not a victim without agency. It is a continent full of potential, leadership, and creativity. The future won't be handed over, it must be designed, built, and defended. So, what will it take to rewrite the economic story of Africa? That's a question for governments, but also for citizens, creators, and communities. What do you think is the way forward? Let's continue the conversation in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe so more people can uncover the truth together. This has been Reality Uncovered. See you in the next episode.